In this video, we're going to talk about how to insert shapes and text boxes in your Google Doc document. So to insert shapes and text boxes, you come to insert. When you click on the insert, you're going to see a command called drawing, and this one is going to show you a contextual menu here where you can create a new or where you can draw new things or you can insert things from your Google Drive. In this case, we want to draw new things, and this is going to open a dialog box where you can insert so many different types of things or shapes or text boxes. Not only can you insert text boxes or shapes, because here on the tool panel we have the ability to insert the shapes and the text boxes that are here, but you can also insert images in this. You can also insert different types of lines. Here you can see the lines that you can insert. You can also insert different types of shapes. When you click on the shape here, you're going to see types of shapes you can insert. When you bring the mouse on top of these options here, you're going to see a window that's going to show you all sorts of different types of shapes that you can insert. And that's the same for these other ones too. So what you can do here is if you want to insert any of these things, you can just click on the shape that you want, then it's going to show you this pencil to where you can now draw the shape. It can be as big as you want. It's up to you. Here you can just click and hold and drag around to actually size it up the way you want it to look like. When you draw this shape, you can also apply different characters or features to it. You can change the outline color, you can also change the fill color, and these are the features that are some of the properties for this shape. So for instance, by default, it's going to have this blue color, but if I want to change the color, I'll just come to fill and I can click on this color. For instance, if I want the red instead, if I want to change it again, I can just come here and change it to another color, just like that. If I want to change the outline color, I would come on the next option here where it says border color. When I click there, I'll see that I'll have also different color options for me to apply to my border. When I click there, this is going to change my outline color or my border color. That's how you can change the color for the shape that you insert in your drawing window here. Here you can move this shape around using the select tool. Here we have the select tool, and this one is used for selecting things like that. But in some instances, for instance, when you are drawing a curve line, when you draw a curve line here, it's in the curve line mode. When you finish this, you still can keep on drawing this. You cannot move this shape around. If you want to move this shape around, you have to select the select tool, and this is going to allow you to move this around and put it where you want it to be. So maybe you create something that looks the way you want it to, something interesting. And then when it comes to changing the colors and the outlines, it's the same. You just click on it, then you can come here on the fill color and you can change the colors to whatever colors you want. Text boxes are a bit different. You have to draw it just the way you draw the shapes. Then you can insert the text in here. You can format it the way you can format text on the normal document. But here on top, you can't see the properties for formatting your text. What do you do instead? Some of the features are showing like border outline and also the border dash, if that's something you're interested in for this text box. The reason why we're seeing these two options on top here is because we are working with these text boxes. Immediately you select something else, these three disappear. When I click on it, they reappear, and you can see here the options for that. You have the fill color, the border word, and the border dash. These are properties for this text box. So when I click here, I can change the fill. I can also change the outline if there's something I'm interested in. I can change the border word if I want to make it big. I can do that. I can also change if I want it to be dashed if there's something I'm interested in. But this is not what I want myself. So I'm going to delete this and insert a new one. I'll insert this text box and I'll just put the text in here so I can show you some features that comes with this. When you add the text in the text box, you can also format this, just like any text that you enter in your normal document. In this text box, you can center the text, you can also do other things. So for you to see the features that allow you to do that, you select the text in here, and you can actually highlight the text and you can click on the more option here. When you click there, you're going to see all the properties that comes with this, okay, that you can put to your text. You can change the font style to something you like. You can also, increase or decrease the size. If that's something you are interested in, you can make a text bold, you can italicize it, you can also underline it, you can also change the color. Maybe you want it to be green, you can do all these things in here. You can also highlight the color. If that's something you want, you can say the box should be highlighted with maybe a red, and so you have that. You can change the alignment of this text in the text box by just highlighting it and coming here on the align, and you see you have the center, you have the left, center, right, and the justify option. When you click on the center, the text is now centered. If you want to put it to the right, you have all that command there. Let's bring it back to how it was here. If you want to insert a list in your text box, remember this text box can also be expanded when you are actually editing it. You can also insert a list, a bulleted list or a numbered list. You have all these different options on top here. So we can say, okay, we'll have these lines. Yeah, let's just change the color to, let's remove all these and say transparent, and the color is going to be black. The color for this is going to be black, so we can see this properly. Now when I highlight these three lines here, I can change this to a bulleted list or to a numbered list, depending on how I want my text box to look like. It's up to you here to do whatever you want. You can also indent text in here. Just like in a text processor, you highlight the text that you want to indent, and you can decrease and increase the indent. When you click there, the text is going to be indented just like that. These are some of the features that you should be aware of in Google Docs. They are there, and I know a lot of people do actually find it very difficult to work with inserting text boxes. I used to think that Google Docs doesn't have the properties to insert text boxes and shapes, but with time I learned that, so I wanted to share this with you, and I hope this was helpful. When you're done drawing and preparing your shapes or text boxes that you want to use in your document, to insert them, you simply just click on the save and close. When you do that, everything is going to come and it's going to be put here on your document. And the good thing about this is you can actually move it and position it to a different position in your document. It's not restricted to one position. You can move it around and position it on different positions or places on your document. That's the good thing about using shapes, text boxes, and also other things in your Google document. This is simply how you can insert shapes and text boxes in Google Docs. It's something that's there, but sometimes it can be challenging to find these tools. So I hope this video helped you to find the text boxes and shapes in Google Docs. Thank you for watching. See you in the next one.